Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 10 of the Pan American series. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different that we haven't done in the past. So I've got two shorter little flights for the next couple of flights that I'm going to be doing. And instead of doing two separate videos for one for each of these, I'm just going to combine them both into a single video. So we're going to see how that goes. If you guys like that length a little bit better, let me know. Otherwise, I might stick to doing one flight per episode. But yeah, just depending on how the editing goes, we'll see how it turns out. But yeah, today we're going to be starting here where we left off in Victoria, Chile. Got a 51 nautical mile flight north to Los Angeles, Chile. And then after that, we have a 49 nautical mile flight over here to the coast to Concepción, Chile. So yeah, that's what we've got going on today. I won't take up too much more time. We'll just zoom out here so you guys can see where we are. We've made it, maybe a third of the way up the coast here of South America. So we've still got a long ways to go in South America. And then obviously plenty of time to spend in Central America. And then obviously the United States. And then on up to Alaska. So we're getting there, making slow but steady progress. All right, I'll let you guys get to the video. Hello, everybody. We're just finishing up our pre-flight here, getting the tie downs and chocks removed, and we're going to get on our way. I'm in a little bit of a hurry because this is my second attempt at this flight, third attempt at recording. And been having a lot of weird stuff going on, so yeah, hopefully that won't happen, and this will end up becoming an episode. So, we've already got our passengers on board, just two passengers for this leg. So let's get the door closed up. It's a little bit chilly out. Yeah, it's 59 degrees in here, so we're going to get our checklist started, and then we're going to get out of here. So the pre-flight is complete, the passengers are briefed, seatbelt secured, door closed and locked, batteries off, gear switch is down, brakes have been tested, the flight controls are free, parking brake is set, switches are all off, right, battery comes on, gear lights are down, 3 green, elevator and rudder trim are neutral. Hydraulic shutoff is open. Fuel is checked. Low fuel warning light is on, but that's because we're pretty low on fuel. That's okay. Altimeters and clocks are set and good to go. All right, so engine start checklist. We'll turn our beacon on. Props come to full forward. Mixtures to idle cut off. Throttles, we'll crack them open a bit. About there should be good. Battery comes on, the low fuel warning is on, but okay. Excuse me. Cycle on. Fuel selectors, they seem to be working. Right, boost pump comes on. Mixture comes to full rich. Observe the fuel flow increase. Leave it there for a couple of seconds to prime and back to off. Oops. Right, it's the right engine started. Bring it back to 1,000. T's and P's look good. Suction looks good. Right, boost pump off. Right alternator on. I'll do the same for the left. Run for a couple of seconds. Back to off. Alright, T's and P's on the left engine look good. Boost pump off. Left alternator on. And we'll put on our headphones. Alright, so warm up and run up checklist. We're going to let the engines warm up a little bit. And we're going to get the avionics on. Check that the temperature's warming up a little bit in here, which it is. Let's see, we'll put the blower and fan on, and the cabin fan and heat on, as well as the pitot heat. And then we'll start getting things ready to go here. So first of all, we're going to contact Temuco for tower, which is 118.4. Now, I tried to figure this out earlier, and I couldn't. It kind of seems like essentially Temuco controls tower frequency for this airfield. So they are actually Temuco. The plane just flew over. They're actually, we're calling Temuco, but we're at Victoria, so that's a little bit of a discrepancy that I was kind of trying to figure out before. TCAS there. There's that aircraft there. So they must have just departed off the runway there. Alright, flight plan today. Moving Victoria, and then we're going to Concepción, Cariel Sur International Airport, Sierra Charlie India Echo. And the waypoint before that is Sierra Charlie Golf Echo, Maria Dolores in Los Angeles, Chile, which is about 50 miles from here. That'll be our first stop. And they have a VOR in the airport, and it is 116.3. And then, let's see, Concepción VOR 114.3. We'll leave that there in the standby box. And course to Los Angeles. It's 351. Expecting runway 19er for departure from Victoria here. Right, get this on nav1 frequency and get our ground speed option selected there. Right, so everything's looking good. Cabin temperature's coming up slowly, which is good. Oil temperatures are in the green, so we can go ahead and do our run-up real quick. So the engine temperature has been checked, the props are full forward, the mixtures are rich. We'll increase the throttles to about 1500 RPM. I'm going to check the voltages on the left and right alternators. Good on the left, good on the right. Right, and then 2100 RPM. Cycle the props a couple of times, down to 1000 and back. Alright, mag check. Right engine, right mag. Both. Right engine, left mag. Okay, yeah, we need to do some leaning. Left engine, right mag. Both. Right engine, left mag. Big drop. Okay. Back to both. Go ahead and lean it for ground ops and let it run for just a minute or two. Let's see if that doesn't fix the issue with the left mags. So there's 2100 RPM again. Let's do right engine, left mag. Better. What about left engine, left mag? Better. Still not great. And I want to check it again. Okay, now the left mag is looking a lot better. Only about 100 RPM drop on the right engine, 100 RPM drop on the left engine, so that's much, much better. Alright, and before takeoff, cabin door is closed, controls are free, mixtures go full rich when we're out there, fuel selectors are on, the boost pumps will come on, our instruments have been checked, the radios are set. Go ahead and set flaps 20, and we're going to call for taxi. Temuco Control, Aerostar, number 702 Sierra Bravo at Victoria. We're ready for VFR departure to the north.
Aerostar November 702 Sierra Bravo, Temuco Tower, runway 19er, hold short, twin star on the runway.
Alright, we'll hold short of runway 19er, Aerostar to Sierra Bravo. So we're gonna just taxi over to the hold short point off the apron here.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, runway 19er, winds 160 at 6, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 19er, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. do the same thing that the Bonanza just did and back taxi down there anyway. Which, hey, I guess I waited for the Bonanza and the Bonanza waited for whoever they waited for, so now everyone gets to wait on me to back taxi all the way down. But that won't take long in the Aerostar. As you guys know, it taxis pretty fast. Just our engines a little higher than they should be. It should be at 1,000. Now they didn't say anything about left or right hand traffic. On the previous flight, they specifically said, make left-hand traffic, northbound departure, VFR departure approved or whatever. Temuco Tower, this is Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Just want to confirm, should we make left or right-hand traffic for our northbound VFR departure?
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, left-hand traffic for northbound departure.
Alright, we'll make left-hand traffic and cleared for takeoff 19 or Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Alright, mixture's full forward. Boost pumps on. I think that traffic's on the runway, but we'll get off before we get to them. Don't have time. Yeah, what in the world? 80 knots. 90 knots, rotate. Braking. Gear coming up. I 100% let that traffic come onto the runway. While we were still departing, that's kind of wild.
Charlie, Oscar, Mike Golf, ready to go, straight out.
Alright, make our left-hand turn.
Charlie, Oscar, Mike Golf, winds 160 at 6, runway 19er, cleared for takeoff, safe travels. 19er cleared for takeoff, Charlie, Oscar, Mike Golf.
I climb to 2,500. Bring this back to 20 inches. Manifold pressure. (2,100 RPM, roughly, if we can. Alright, flaps can come up. Almost to 2,500, which is going to be our VFR cruising altitude for today. So go ahead and flip the boost pumps off. And it's 77 in here now, so put on a little bit of vent air.
Temuco Tower, Charlie, Quebec Bravo, Sierra, established on the approach.
Charlie, Quebec Bravo, Sierra, roger.
Traffic right there. Should not be a conflict.
Charlie, Oscar, Mike Golf, contact departure.
Alright, we picked up the VLR.
Departure, Charlie, Oscar, Mike Golf.
A little bit of a lag spike there. Extremely unclear as to why, so gonna love that. So just kind of trying to trim off some of that forward pressure. We get back down to 2,500. And then once we get kind of leveled off there, we will get the mixtures leaned for our best fuel economy. Lost the VOR again. Picked it up. It's probably a little bit of terrain interference or something, but just keep flying roughly this heading. Anyways, you know, if we lose it a little bit, I'm sure we'll pick it back up. And now we get clean our engines. Oops. Starting with the right. Right, there's about 10 gallons an hour on the fuel flow, 10.1, and we're right about 25 lean of peak, so that looks good to me. And we'll lean the left. We'll follow the same process. Lost just a tiny bit of altitude. But mostly we're holding our altitude, we're holding our course. Oh wow, look at the wind farm out there. Very nice. Excuse me. E on the left, and it's 25, 26 below, so we'll probably leave it about there. And yeah, 769 on the left, 784 on the right. We're descending just a tiny bit again. Got 28 miles to go and doing 185 knots across the ground, which is fantastic. I did not actually realize this, but the Aerostar is actually the fastest twin piston aircraft in the world, apparently. I did not know that until I was reading that the other day. But apparently it's the fastest piston twin. So definitely nice to be cruising along at 180 plus knots ground speed. I mean, that's a lot better than we'd be getting in a single engine Cessna or something like that. So I'll gladly take it. We need to climb back up to 2500 here. And then I need to pull up the frequency for Maria Dolores Airport in Los Angeles, Chile, which is where we're headed. Let me just actually pull that up on our chart here. It'll cause some lag. Yep, there it is. No clue why, but every time, massive lag spike. Charts, taxi, yep, airport chart. Hide. And then let's see, what does it say? Information. 126.7. Elevation 373. And 26.7. Maria Dolores Airport Information, Aerostar, number 702 Sierra Bravo.
Aerostar November 702 Sierra Bravo, Maria Dolores Airport info. Good afternoon. Runway 18 in use, left circuit, QNH 1013, surface wind 280 at 4.
QNH 1013. I believe is about there. Runway 18 in use. So just one eight. I don't know fully if we announce traffic on here like a CTAF or not, because I don't believe they're technically tower control, so we'll just announce our intentions on this frequency, I guess. I'll probably report in once we're a little bit closer. A lot of windmills in this part of Chile. Now we passed the one windmill farm whenever we departed Victoria. Now we have these there, and I believe there are some to the west of the airfield we're flying into currently. So lots of wind farms out here. Alright, yeah, we're 13 miles now. I'll probably give him a call here in a second. Once we have the field in sight, or 10 miles, whichever is sooner. Maria Dolores traffic, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. We are 12 miles to the south, inbound at 2,500 feet for full stop landing, runway 18, Maria Dolores.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, good afternoon. Pass your details.
We're about 10 miles to the south, inbound for full stop landing, runway 18. See, I don't know if they need that information or not. We'll see if they respond, I guess, but alright, now is this the runway right here in front of us? Should be like kind of right here in front of us. There it is. Yeah, that's the airport right there. Right, so we're going to quickly do our approach checklist. So boost pumps come on. Mixtures go to full rich. Hydraulic pressure we'll check after the gear comes down, and just flaps in gear. Alright. There's the airport right there. Hopefully what happens to me last time does not happen to me this time. I'll insert a clip of it for you guys, but it was completely unexplainable. I have no clue what was going on. Crosswind's pushing us a little bit. Right. Visual now over the threshold. Oh. Very, very strange stuff happening. the last time I flew into this airport, so. Maria Dolores, traffic, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, 2.5 miles to the southeast. We're going to be entering left downwind for runway 18, Maria Dolores.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, runway 18, left circuit QNH 1013, wind 280 at 4. No reported traffic.
No reported traffic. So see, I don't think that they're technically air traffic control. Like, I don't think that we're waiting for them to clear us. But the fact that they say no reported traffic doesn't necessarily give me confidence not to still report our position. So, we're still going to do that. Probably a little close in to the airport, honestly. Our base leg will probably be almost non-existent. Let's just trim out some of that back pressure and drop first to 20 degrees of flaps. And drop our gear. Gonna add our power back in because we're gonna start slowing down a bunch. More wind turbines out there to the west of the airport. Right, let's probably try to do a 5-mile final. I mean, we really don't need to. Let's do 3 miles. Maria Dolores, traffic, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, turning left base for final, runway 18. We'll stop Maria Dolores. Yeah, it's about 3 miles, so. Obviously, that's a really wide, really long final, I guess, but don't have a little bit of room to get stabilized on the approach, so. Let's go full flaps. Boost pumps on, gears down, 3 green, full flaps, mixtures of full rich. Reports in sight, runway 18 confirmed. Got a little bit of a right crosswind. I think they said from like 280, so it's coming from the west. Alright, all good. 2 red, 2 white. About 100 knots. Three red, 1 white, we're okay. Coming off the power now. Probably could have made that taxiway, but that's okay. Turn off down here. Maria Dolores traffic, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo is clear of the active Maria Dolores traffic.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, taxi to stand parking, 1 at your discretion. Good day.
Taxi to parking 1 at our discretion, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, thank you. Yeah, let's, parking is for suitable parkings, okay. Do they have parkings here? Park stand 1, why is it not suitable? Very strange. Right, flaps can come up. Boost pumps can come off, strobe, and let's do left landing light off. Let's just quickly lean the mixtures. For ground ops, and we'll taxi over to the parking. So hard to make tight turns in the Aerostar. Oh well, let me rephrase. It's not hard to actually make the tight turn, it's hard to know how tight of a turn to make without overdoing it so that you turn too much. Alright, center parking brake. Alright, avionics can come off. Let's do our after landing checklist, props full forward, flaps up, boost pumps off, trim tabs neutral, cabin heater can come off, which, yeah, it can. It's fine. And then the shutdown checklist, parking brake set, engines cool down, which I think they're okay, but we'll let them just idle here for just a minute while they cool down. Radios and lights are off. Yep, turn the landing lights off now. And the strobes are off. Heat come off. Alright. And the radios and lights are off. An annoying bug with starters coming back on. That happens every time. Alright, we're here in Los Angeles at Maria Dolores Airport. Get the chocks in place, get these passengers on their way, and get their baggage unloaded, and then we will get on to our next destination. Thankfully, uneventful approach into the airport. Can't say as much for the first time. So yeah, we will get all that done. Might see about getting a little bit of fuel if they have any here for us, and yeah, then I will see you guys on the next leg. Alright, now we're ready to get started with the second leg of the flight. Get the door closed here. You can see the weather's kind of closing in on us here. So things are getting a little bit interesting, but hopefully they won't be too much of a factor. No checklist pulled up here. We've already completed the pre-flight. We've only got one passenger on board, and they've been briefed. Seatbelts are secured, doors closed and locked. The battery's off, the gear's down. Flaps are up. Brakes have been tested. The flight controls are free. Parking brake set. Switches are all off. Battery comes on. The gear lock lights are on. Elevator and rudder trim are neutral. Hydraulic shutoff is open. Fuel has been checked. We've got about 30-ish gallons remaining. Low fuel warning is on and checked. Circuit breakers are all in. And the altimeter and clock are set. Okay, props full forward. Mixture's idle cutoff. Throttle's cracked. Battery's on. The low fuel warning is on and checked. The beacon comes on. Fuel selectors. On. Boost pump on. Watching the fuel flow on the right. It's coming up. Prime. Avionics off. Maybe a little bit more prime. Get it started here. Well, it's not too cold out, so there it goes. Get back to 1,000 RPM, roughly. RPM, boost pump off, alternator on, suction on the right is good. Right, same thing on the left. Boost pump on, prime, so we'll prime it for a little bit longer on the left. Since the right one is obviously a little reluctant to start, so that should be good. There we go. Right, left boost pump can come off. Left alternator. Avionics on. Nav on. See, it's 48 degrees in here, so fan and heat can come on, as well as the pitot heat, and then lower, fan to low, and get just a little bit of heat on in here. And we'll put on our headset. Right, now that that's all squared away, we've got our flight plan in here already. Just checking over our engine temperatures, oil temperatures, fuel pressure, oil pressure, just making sure everything looks okay. We're gonna let our oil temperature warm up a little bit here. And in the meantime, we've got 114.3 tuned into nav 1, which is our VOR at Concepción, Chile. I've got the course dialed in 317 degrees approximately. DME set to nav 1 and ground speed. Alright. Everything's looking good. Just gonna let the engine temperature come up and let's see, I'm already kind of forgetting. Was there any run-up area on the run? Just contact Maria Dolores info here and see if they have if we're okay to do a run up here on the ramp, which I assume we should be. It'd be fun. We'll call them just to ask, just to see if they have anything to say. Maria Dolores, info, Aerostar number 702 Sierra Bravo. Are we okay to do our run-up here on the ramp, or is there a dedicated run-up area? No, it's not picking up that radio is even manned, so that's a little weird, but okay. That's fine, we'll just do our run up here on the ramp then. Not gonna hear any complaints from me. Just let our engines warm up a little bit more. Kind of waiting for our oil temperature to be in this green arc here, so it's coming up slowly but surely. Other than that, let's see if there's anything we can go over. So the weather obviously is looking a little bit more hazy, so I'm actually wondering if maybe I'm going to check the weather information at Conception and see if maybe we need to get an IFR flight plan after all. So let me do that. Santiago Center, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, we're ready to copy IFR to Conception.
Clearance on request. Stand by. Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, information current. Clear to Concepción. After departure, fly radar vectors must leave, then as filed. Initial climb to flight level 100. Departure on 126.3 squawk 6121. Released for departure. Clearance void if not off by 1652 Zulu. Time now 1637.
Cleared Conception, radar vectors Masley then is filed. Initial climb, flight level 100. Departure with you 126.3, squawking 6121. Clearance void 1652 Zulu, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Temperatures look good now.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, read back correct.
Alright, read back correct. Go over to CTAF 122.8. We've got till 1652 Zulu. So we've got. Excuse me, we've got 13 minutes left till our clearance is void. So we're gonna go ahead and just do our run up here on the ramp. I don't believe there's one behind us that would be harmed by it anyways. Alright, so warm-up checklist. We warmed up at 1000 RPM. The engine temperature has been checked. It's good on both the left and the right. Props are full forward. The mixture is rich. Increase up to 1500 RPM. Check our left and right alternator voltage. Good on the left. Good on the right. Alright, looks good. Then throttle up to 2100 RPM. And we'll cycle our props. Right, now we'll do a mag check. Right engine first. Right mag, about 100 drop. Back to both. Left mag, about 100 drop. Back to both. Left engine, right mag, about 100. Back to both, and left mag. About 100, back to both. So mags are looking good, that's good. Gyro pressure's looking good, we can bring it back to 1,000. And we can get on our way, get going. So before takeoff, cabin doors closed and locked, controls are free. Left, right, left, right, left, right, neutral. Props are full forward, loose pumps, throw them on. Instruments, we'll check them as we taxi out. And then our radios are set, our flaps, we'll go ahead and set now. Trim is set, pitot heat is on, parking works released, and throttles will be full forward. After takeoff, or on takeoff. Right, throw the left landing light on, and call traffic and let them know we're taxiing out to runway 36. Maria Dolores traffic, Aerostar number 702 Sierra Bravo will be back taxiing runway 36. Maria Dolores.
Aerostar November 702 Sierra Bravo, Los Confines Airport Radio, runway 36 is not available, active runway is 18.
Not at Los Confines, I don't know why. Hi, radio. Confirm we're at Maria Dolores Airport. We're trying to reach Maria Dolores, CTAF frequency.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, you're over Maria Dolores Airport at 300. CTAF is 122.8 MHz.
Over Maria Dolores Airport at 300 feet. Yeah, I know we're at Maria Dolores, so why? What is this Los Confines radio? I don't know. I guess we just want to announce our intentions here. This say intentions obviously is, I think, more tailored for U.S. and
Los
European.
Confines Radio, Charlie, Charlie, X-ray, Quebec, Papa, ready for departure.
Charlie, Charlie, X-ray, Quebec, Papa, winds 160 at 6, runway 18 in use.
I think it's more tailored for Europe and the U.S. I think that's why we have so many problems with it down here. Excuse me. Alright, GPS set up. Master avionics is on. Well, there was a little area we could have done a run up and down. Oh shoot, we would have thought. Maria Dolores traffic, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo departing runway 36. Departure to the north, Maria Dolores.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, runway 36 is not available. Active runway is 18.
Hi, please verify winds are about 290 at 10 knots. Alright. Lights on, strobe lights on, the cabin temperature.
Winds are 290 at 9 knots.
Okay, now why would 18 be active? Flap, they're down, the heat is on and possibly too much. It's showing 78 in here, so get it cooled down with the vent there. Alright, let's just full rich and let's go flying. Now look at the soup that we're going to be flying into. Slowly advance the power. Takeoff power set. Speed's alive. 80 knots. 90 knots, 100 knots and rotate. Brake. Gear up. Autopilot master coming on. We'll go heading hold, attitude hold, autopilot on. Flaps can come up. We'll come back to 24 inches of manifold pressure. (2400 RPM). Maintaining about 120 knots, so that's good. Above 1,000 feet above the ground, pumps can come off. To our after takeoff checklist: wheels, brake, gear and flaps up. Climb 122, pumps 24 and 24, and climb speed. Okay. Alright, we'll go to center now. Decrease our rate of climb to get that speed a little closer to 122-ish. Get the vent closed. Just warmed up. Santiago Center, Aerostar number 702 Sierra Bravo, climbing 3,000 for flight level 100.
Aerostar November 702 Sierra Bravo, Santiago Center, radar contact, climb 7,000, turn left, heading 300, vectors to Masley, then on course.
Climb to 7,000, left to 300, vectors Masley, then on course, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Okay, up to 7,000, I said. I guess the clouds were really just a low level.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, climb flight level 100.
Climb to flight level 100, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. We're gonna go direct to... Oh, you know what? We didn't actually, need to insert the waypoint here. Now we can go direct to Masley.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, contact Concepción radar on 125.8.
Over to Conception radar 125.8, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Excuse me, we need to decrease our rate of climb to maintain that 120 knots. Conception radar, Aerostar number 702 Sierra Bravo, climbing through 5,800 for flight level 100.
Aerostar November 702 Sierra Bravo, Concepción radar, identified, good afternoon, Los Angeles QNH 1013. Expect the ILS Zulu runway, 02 approach into Concepción.
Copy, QNH 1013, and we'll expect the ILS Zulu runway 2 approach into Conception, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Alright, so... want the ILS Zulu runway 2. Excuse me. So the course on that is going to be 020. Nice and easy. The localizer is 1099. And actually I'm going to put 114.3 rather, into our nav 2. And then Conception Tower 118.6. Get that queued up. Standby, and let's see. Decision altitude is starting for Cat 2. I think it's just probably 200 feet. Coming up on 9,000. I got 1,000 feet to go. A little bit slow. Oh, heat. We're getting a little cool in here. 67. Go full power now as well on the throttles. With 500 to go. We got, let's see the course, we got that, and then we have 3,500 for here for Adapso. 2,700 is for capturing the glide slope at 17. So that's good. So go approach. Approach. ILS-2 Zulu. Transition Dapso. Load approach. I have it loaded up there just in case. And we have the charts. Right, we should be good. Oh, we passed 10,000, whoops. Bring our power back to 20 inches of manifold pressure, 2,100 RPM. Bring on more heat. Blow the fan on high and bring on more heat because it's probably pretty cold up here. Let's see. Yeah, about 40 degrees Fahrenheit, so pretty cool. Alright, we've got 34 miles to go. Let's lean our mixtures here. Starting with the right. So usually it's around 10 gallons of fuel flow, so...
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Whenever you'd like to send altitude 6,000 feet, QNH 1013.
Send to 6,000, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Yeah, which is fine, because now we're descending below 10,000 feet. We're getting a little sloppy. So we'll lean our mixtures real quick.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Descend altitude 6,000 feet.
Okay, now it's a command. Descending to 6,000 feet, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Descend altitude 5,000 feet. Maintain present heading vectors for the ILS runway to approach.
Descending 5,000 feet, maintain present heading vectors for the ILS, runway 2 approach, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Okay, we're just gonna leave the mixtures full rich because we need to start our approach checklist. So boost pumps coming on, mixtures are full rich, fuel selectors are on, and then we'll work about the flaps and stuff when we get to those. Temperature is still at 67 degrees, so let's get this heat on a little bit more. We're descending 1,500 feet per minute. It's a pretty good rate of descent, I would say. .184 knots ground speed. That's not bad. Especially with a 16 knot headwind. They said maintain present heading, so technically we should go over to heading mode. Definitely could be slowing down on our descent here, but we're just trying to see how fast we get going. And according to this, 220 knots ground speed, and then according to this, 176. So, but I guess we're also not flying direct into the VOR, so that might make a difference. The ILS there on nav 1, 20 nautical miles out. ETA 1700. So there's Masley there, and then Dapso at 3500 is there. We're below 5,000, because I'm not paying attention. It's my bad. Climb right back up real quick.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Maintain altitude 4,000 feet.
Maintain 4,000 feet, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Too warm in here.
Charlie India Hotel Uniform. Contact Santiago Info on 122.4.
122.4 for Charlie India Hotel Uniform. Good day.
.400 feet to go. So crossing the, oh, that's the GPS track. Yeah, there we go. There's the
Aerostar
localizer
2 Sierra
track.
Bravo, 7 miles from CF02. Turn right heading 315. Descend altitude 700 feet until established on the localizer cleared for the ILS runway 2 approach.
Turn right to 315, descend to 2,700 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 2 approach, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. We really gotta watch our altitudes, we gotta pay attention here. Gonna go ahead and do approach, activate approach. Cleared for the approach. To do direct to CF02, activate GPSS. Oh, whoops, we actually want direct to CS02. So we don't have that, so we'll just do CF02. And the GPS will turn us on course. Coming up on 2700 here.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, contact Concepción Tower on 118.6.
Over to Conception Tower, 18.6, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, contact Concepción Tower on 118.6 at 5 DME.
Tower at 5 DME, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Have a good day. Now we're really going to cut back on the speed. We're at 2700, we're going to arm approach. And glide slope. Switch this to VLOC. So we're a little bit off. Now we'll arm the glide slope, which we're about to capture. Now, as far back as we can. Flaps 20. Make sure it goes to full rich, boost pumps are on, running lights are on. Captured the glide slope, so we're going to go gear down. And go full flaps. Established on this approach, contact tower at 5 DME. Wow, this build really is bad. Hope we break through at 400. Which I'm hoping we will. But I think we will. The clouds seem to be at about 400 feet at Maria Dolores, so I'm assuming that weather report will be accurate for here as well. There's 5 DME, let's contact tower. Conception Tower, Aerostar, number 702 Sierra Bravo, 5 miles, inbound ILS runway 2 approach.
Aerostar November 702 Sierra Bravo, Concepción Tower, Roger, continue approach.
Continuing approach, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. I see whenever I was broadcasting to them, we got a message on there immediately afterwards where they cleared us to land. says winds 310 at 7, runway 02 cleared to land. Conception Tower, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, just confirm please if we're cleared to land or not. It's gonna break. Say intentions. Conception Tower, this is Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Please confirm if we were cleared to land. This is the unfortunate thing about say intentions, is that it's nice when it works, and then when it doesn't, it just really ruins the immersion. So here's the runway, we're visual. 600 feet, so well above minimums. And I don't know technically if we were cleared to land or not, but we're landing, so say intentions isn't going to answer us now, so maybe they were going to clear us to land on 0.3 miles DME or something, I don't know. It's a little unreliable sometimes in the last minute situations, which is unfortunate, but hopefully eventually they get that figured out, because otherwise it's pretty nice. A little bit low, a little bit of power. Back on path, looking good. A little low, it's okay, bringing the power out, walking it back.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, welcome to Concepción. Exit at Bravo if able. Contact ground on 121.9er.
Over to ground, 121.9er, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo.
Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo, cross runway 02, then continue taxi via Bravo Alpha Echo.
Okay. Zoom our chart here and see we can figure out where the GA apron is. A little bit of GA back over that way, and then otherwise it's pretty much dead here, so I'm just gonna clean up. Alright, after landing checklist, props full forward, flaps up, boost pumps off, trim tabs neutral. Cabin heater off. Try to lean a little bit for ground ops. Conception ground, Aerostar, number 702 Sierra Bravo. We're vacated runway 02 at Bravo, and would like to taxi to the general aviation apron.
Aerostar November 702 Sierra Bravo, Concepción ground, taxi to apron S via Bravo. Good day.
Apron S via Bravo. So that's basically directly in front of us up here. Taxiing to apron S via Bravo, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. Good day. Alright. Man, the Aerostar wants to taxi fast, doesn't it? Boy, oh boy. Okay, so this is apron S directly in front of us. The only real question is, it's not really... Well, I want to drop passengers off. Other aprons down here aren't really named, so I don't know how to request clearance to taxi to them necessarily. Conception ground, Aerostar 2 Sierra Bravo. We'd like to taxi to some of the hangars north of Hotel. If we could taxi up there via Alpha, that would be appreciated. Looks more like general aviation over there. This looks like cargo. I don't think it's gonna...
Land 8, ready to taxi.
Land 8, runway 2 taxi via Echo Alpha Golf.
Runway 2 taxi via Echo Alpha Golf on 8.
It literally just ignored what I said. Or actually, it sent a message without audio and say intentions and said taxi to apron S. Yeah, Bravo, good day. Okay, well, I don't want to get in the way of that airliner, so we're just going to do what they said and taxi to this apron here. So I'm not going to argue with them. Even though I'm pretty sure this is the cargo apron.
Charlie, Charlie, Quebec, Lima, uniform ready to taxi.
Charlie, Charlie, Quebec, Lima, uniform, runway 2 taxi via November Alpha Golf.
Runway 2 taxi via November Alpha Golf, Charlie, Charlie, Quebec, Lima, uniform.
Alright, there's the parking brake. Landing light. Strobes off, nav off. Off, off, off. FS economy's done. Those can come off. Alternator. Battery. I found that at least if I turn the alternators, and the battery off first and then kill the mixture, at least the starters don't engage, so that's nice. At least keeps them from actually firing up. So if we can't figure out that bug, at least we can figure out something to prevent it. Anyways, I'm going to end the episode here because that's going to be obnoxiously loud. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to stay tuned. Holy guacamole. I feel like I'm yelling. But yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to be notified of future episodes. You can check out the full playlist on my channel. I'll have it linked at the end of the video. And yeah, until next time, take care and happy flying.